All right. Evening, everybody. I thought I'd just do a little recap on the stuff we were talking about on Monday. The thing where it was the Rachmaninoff those four chords, and if there's weird chords that you don't exactly know what to do, I think playing inversions of them can give you ideas and can remind you of something that you already know. And what I suggested was doing the instead of that chord, that happens to be a third inversion of C sharp minor 7. And I think what so the root position is this one, and then the first inversion is this one, and then the second inversion is this one. Those are the drop 3 C sharp minor 7. These are in the back of the book, the Creative Guitar Fundamentals book. I will show you where to find those shapes. If you go to the back, it's very close to the back anyway. The drop 3s, let me see if I can find them. So here's the drop 2s. Let me go further. All right, so these drop 3s start on page 188. And here are the minor 7s. And I have them written as constellations, right? So you can kind of see how the shapes kind of join like constellations. So this one is the root position. So whatever you're doing, just make the root whatever root you want. So if we do C sharp minor 7, that's the one. The first inversion is this one, and then the second inversion is this one. I'll just make that one down an octave, and then the next inversion is this one, and that's the chord that is this one. It's got the flat 7 in the bass. This is the chord that's in that Rachmaninoff tune. And when I was in music school, I was kind of forced to do all these drop 2 and drop 3 7th chord inversions, and I did them, but not really knowing what benefit they would have, because it did seem like busy work when I kind of just learned them all by rote. Has any of you guys worked on drop 2s and drop 3s much? Okay, right on. Are you glad you did them? Okay, right on. Okay, so they're handy, because once you know them, you can adapt them. But let's not worry about adapting them right now. Let's just like recognize them. So the first chord is this one, and then you have this D sharp dominant. So I'm going to go to the dominant page, and this is the shape that is. It's the dominant 7 with the 5th in the bass. Now you might recognize that as the cowboy shape, right? But the 5th is in the bass, right? And then it does a D7 with the A in the bass. Now, in the Rachmaninoff piece, it's not spelled as a D7. That it's actually has a B sharp in there. So it's spelled as a German augmented 6th chord. You can impress the ladies with that word right there. And I was a little surprised, because usually when you see a German augmented 6th chord, it functions as a flat 6 of a minor key, but in this case it functions as a flat 2, which is where the Neapolitan chord normally is. So I asked AI, it's like, hey, have you ever seen a piece of music that has a German augmented 6th chord, but in a flat 2, as a Neapolitan or as a flat 2? And it couldn't find any. Maybe there are some. I just haven't found any yet. But anyway, that Night in Tunisia is one. I mean, it doesn't seem that foreign, So this is the one chord, C sharp minor. So normally we would think of that as just a tritone sub. Do you guys know what a tritone sub is? So that D7 would be like a tritone substitution of this G sharp dominant. So if you change the place of the bass, there's a G sharp dominant 7, and that's a very common 5 chord in C sharp minor. If you take that bass note and you move it a tritone away, they usually call that a tritone sub, right? And that's usually where jazz players leave it. They're like, oh, it's just a tritone sub. Yeah, don't think about it anymore. Just, but that's not enough for me, you know. There's a typical treatment of this 5 of a minor could be like a fully altered, like borrowed from melodic minor. That's a 7 of melodic minor. I'm sure Thad, you know all about that. It's probably Jeff, you've probably played that sound quite a bit. Now, if you do the tritone sub and it's still related to that melodic minor, it's going to be a Lydian dominant. So Lydian dominant. Lydian dominant is the 4th mode of melodic minor. So that's what I always assumed that progression was, like Lydian dominant to minor. And there's not a whole lot of common tones between those two sounds, except for if I just isolate those and I punch in the in this thing. So if I do the minor, we're in a minor key, so I'm just going to put 1 flat 3 5, and if I punch in those notes, Thad, what are these notes in relation to the 1 chord, C sharp? So the A is going to be what? So sorry, I muted you.
It's going to be a flat 6.
Yes, very good. And then how about that one, the
G sharp, the A flat? Yeah, that's going to be our minor 3rd. We're in C sharp minor.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
so it's an F sharp.
It's an F sharp. It's a 4th. Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
And then how about this one? This is the B sharp or the C.
B sharp is the 7th.
Yep. And then finally the D.
Is a flat 9.
Yeah. And look what's left. You have this minor Neapolitan scale, which is very interesting to me. So it's a scale that I had not really messed with very much. And you really don't necessarily have to learn a new scale, but you can take the information from the scale and figure out that, hey, I can play this other stuff. I can play this stuff. So there's these are the notes in C sharp Neapolitan minor, or minor Neapolitan, and it's got a C sharp minor triad. We know our triads, right? So these are all the possible triads we can play in that scale. Now you just have to use your ear. Some of them are going to sound like tension. Some are going to sound like resolution. But let's go ahead and play. You know, we can use this as a vehicle for working on our triads. I know Fernando is working on triads. I don't know if he had to split, but he's there. Okay, so let's do C sharp minor triads. Like I don't know. Let's do arpeggios actually. So you guys good at your triad arpeggio shapes yet? And then go to the root position. then first inversion. Maybe we can start it from the melody. Who feels like they have a good handle on those so far? Can you do it without too much thinking? All right, Fernando. Nice. Do you want to play them for us?
So it's just the being.
Try the C sharp minor, the 3 positions of C sharp minor.
Is this too loud?
No, it sounds good.
Or okay. So where am I? Okay.
C sharp. Nice.
So the first one, then
Cool. And then the first inversion. Nice. Now, can you do all of them starting with a melody?
not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not yet, but I'm trying to work on that.
I think it's handy to have that stuff like, anchored from the top so you can not always have to start from the bass.
Yeah. Especially the one that, the one that ends in
The root on top.
Yeah.
You can join them together like this. Maybe just have the top 3 or 4 strings. Something like that. Then you're in melody territory. All right, so what you can do, like, you can think, what if C sharp is the bass note of another inversion? So you can do an A with the C sharp in the bass. So you can do this. So do all A triads. Do you know those pretty well? The major triads? Usually the majors and the minors are pretty good. All right. And then you can also do F sharp minor. That triad also has a C sharp in the bass. So you can try F sharp minor. And mixing those up, I think sound really neat. So let me go ahead and put this D7 to C sharp minor in the. I'll just do a vamp here. How's that sound? Okay. I'll play some other inversions. This one. All right, so then, yeah. That sounds pretty good. It's not exactly making the changes, but it's close. Now, what if we do D major triad? To C sharp minor. That would work. Let's try that. 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Who feels like they can do that? Go back and forth from D major to C sharp minor. Anybody? Any volunteers? You want to work on it? Show me later. All right, none. You sort of want to do it, Fernando? No.
Not really.
All right.
So just going from D from C sharp minor to D major.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, the loop starts on D or D7. Okay. So I went from D first and then C sharp minor as the resolution. Now there's another really nice arpeggio that is in the book. That is it's kind of a bonus, but I think it's really useful. I've been trying to incorporate it a lot personally into my playing, and that is this. It's a shell voicing. I can find it because there's a turtle. Okay, the shell voicing is just the root third and seventh, right, of a chord. Here's the dominant 7 shell voicing. And this one in particular really lays well under the hands. Have you guys ever, I've mentioned it before, but did anyone ever think to practice it? This is the dominant 7 shell voicing arpeggio. This is my favorite position to play because it just seems to lay pretty well. And so what we can do is if we're going to do it in D, in that sort of vamp that I put it, this vamp right here, the D7 to C sharp minor, right? Let's do it in D, right? So that root should be on the 10th fret instead of what's written there. What's written is in F, but let's play it in D. So I got the flat 7 right there on C. And then, so I want you to do it like this. First finger, third finger, second finger. It's got a little triangle that you can, it's got a little, kind of some symmetry there. And then do a little stretch on the G string, and you skip the B string and do the same whole step that was on the first one. So it's going to go like this. So that is a really handy, and I think it sounds a little hipper than playing the full dominant 7th arpeggio. You get more range and fewer notes, right? So this is also useful for lots of different flavors of dominant, not just because there's a lot of dominants that don't have the perfect fifth in it, and this one is missing that note. So here's what it sounds like. I'm going to play this on the D7, and then when it resolves to C sharp minor, I'm just going to play a minor triad arpeggio. Here we go. So the thing to do, I think, instead of just going straight up and down, is try to make some music out of those shapes. Try to make some melodies. Something like that. Let's play this. Let's play this shape together. I'm just gonna go. Sorry. Play it that fast together. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's play it as triplets. 1, 2, ready, go. Is that? It's got some cool pull-offs, you know. It'll save you some. Do you guys like to do pull-offs? I'm not as clean on alternate picking everything. Jeff, you got this shape down? Is that a nylon string?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Nice. Now, can you make melodies with it?
I want to go to that 6. Sorry, that was my bad. I don't know. Maybe I have to goof around with it a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, of course. It's one of those things you get it, get the fingering right, and then you can just practice it in front of the TV or whatever.
That's the thing is, like, I got the muscle memory down to kind of play it, and it's a little bit difficult because nylon strings always been a little bit more difficult. That's why I was playing it today because it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think it sounds neat.
You got it plugged into your interface or what?
Nope.
Is it just mic'd up or what?
Nope.
What is it?
It's going to my Scandell.
Oh. Nice. Sounds good.
It's got a great sound. It's got a good sound to it.
Yeah, sounds great. Does your dad have this shape?
Yeah, that's what we were going over. He's right next to me.
Right on.
He's playing his Peterson acoustic tonight, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Fancy.
Now, let's see if we can do this. So, D7, and then up C sharp minor.
Okay, really quickly.
Yeah.
We're playing B sharp 7 right there, right?
D7 to C sharp minor. That's like the flat 2 to 1 that was in that Rachmaninoff. Or Night in Tunisia.
And then we do the.
No, sorry, it's gonna go. So D7.
Oh, wait. All right. Oh, sorry. D7 starts on the flat 7. That's my fault.
No, it starts on the major 7 of. Yeah. It starts on the flat 7. Yeah, this particular shape starts on the flat 7. That's right.
Be on C then. We'd start on C.
Right. Or B sharp.
That's where I got mixed up. Okay, sorry. Oops.
Nice. All right, so. So I'll see if you can do like up D7, down C sharp minor.
Okay.
So you have to be able to recognize how to do it from the top. There you go.
Okay, so
Yep.
this would be oops, C sharp minor. Okay, so yeah. I had to see it again. Okay.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? It's kind of like learning the alphabet backwards.
It is.
Like say the alphabet backwards.
Yeah, right. I can barely say it forwards.
Drink 10 beers and say it backwards. Yeah. Yeah. No.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself on that. You're like, say it forwards. It's like, God, man.
Well, it's funny because, like, you know how sometimes, like, I mean, we've all tried to say the alphabet backwards, right? Z, Y. You were good for like the first couple, and then you have to like run through the whole sequence forwards just to remember what the previous one was. It's like, wait, what's before W? Yeah.
Because they're expecting you to go like, I can't do that backwards. But they know if you're drunk, you're like, yeah, Z, W, X. And they're like, no.
Can you imagine being a cop? It's like, I want you to play C sharp minor triad arpeggio, but starting from the top note. It's like, yeah. That's when they pull over Yngwie in his Ferrari. It's like, hey, start from the melody. All right. So learn your arpeggios really well from the melody. It's super it's a more musical anchor. Okay. Now try it the other way. Now try the D7 from the melody, and then you can do. Okay. Unmute yourself and have a go, Jeff.
Okay. Yeah. So we got
Beautiful. Yeah. You want to be able to do it both up and down on each one.
It's weird. It's like when I use these, like you say, like try to be musical with it. It's like if I'm playing like a B flat blues, like
You're usually playing your arpeggios from the low note.
yeah, or you can go. Now I'm down to the sixth. Because I'll always go to the sixth. I love the sixth. I think it's a fun note to play, especially on blues.
It's a good note. All right, so here's another couple of shapes I think that are useful for the shell voicing. I'll remove this pin. But this last one is my favorite. It just seems to lay well. But try this one. This one has the third in the bass. And this one I think is easy to recognize because it has this chord embedded in it. So if we're doing D7, do you see that shape embedded? That's the one. That's the kind of cowboy D7, right? And I'm going to do this. I'm going to slide up, or maybe you can do it like that. If you want to just kind of see that chord like already there. But I have it. I have an extra couple of notes like way up top. So I'm going to do it with my second finger, slide up with my second finger. That's, I think, the fastest way to play that shape.
Noel, is this the same thing as the third inversion of?
It's a little different. You're talking about the
C diminished.
Yeah, there's one note different.
One note different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the note that's different is the root. That hollow note. If you do it up a half step, then it becomes diminished. That's a good thing that you recognize that. That's interesting, right? So like a dominant 7 shell voicing, if you move the root up, it's an inversion of a diminished chord, diminished triad. So what actually happens is the flat 7 of the shell voicing becomes the root of the diminished triad. It's interesting how that happens, right? So you could do this, like you could practice this. I don't know. Pick. Let's do D7, right? So if I move the root up, that is now a C diminished. So D7 becomes C diminished triad. You may think of it as like an E flat diminished 7th chord, but I'm not playing the full diminished 7th chord. I'm just playing the inversion of the triad. Now here's the so what is it? So here's the inversion of the shell voicing, D7. It goes like this. It's not very common shape for us guitar players, but it's pretty handy, you know. And if you find the root and you move it up, there's your diminished triad. And then here is the C diminished triad. If you move the root up a half step. No. What am I doing? No. The D. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. There's the... Or you could do it like this. I should do it up an octave. There's the first inversion of a D7 shell voicing. Move the root up. It's a second inversion of a diminished triad. But anyway, that was cool that you recognized that, Karthik. That's neat. There's a chapter in the Creative Fundamentals book how like you just move one note in a triad and it can become another triad. I did indicate.
Pat Martino talks about that a lot. Like he it was in one of the videos.
No, not anymore.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
That's dark. But in some of the videos that I had that he was talking about when he was relearning the instrument, that was the one thing that you do. And you'd start with major and minor and be like, okay, move one note. Now you have a diminished. Now you have an augmented. And that was how he relearned it. So it was really cool that you just said that because I was like, yeah, I remember hearing that from somewhere.
Nice.
That's the way I heard that.
Nice. Yeah, you can do. Usually I've heard jazz guys talk about that in reference to a whole dominant 7th chord. You move one note up, and it becomes if you move the root up, it becomes a fully diminished 7th chord. It's really cool. Like how all the options you have. You know, move the root up. It's a fully diminished 7th chord. Move the 7th up. It's major 7. It's us, you know. Move it down. I don't know if it does. Yeah. Or you could do this thing where you find all the inversions. Here's another thing that's cool about learning your drop 3 inversions. Like sometimes it's a pain in the butt to learn them all, like because they're all different shapes, right? But you know that if you just move the bass note up the A, if I was doing A7, right? A7, move the root up, it's a B flat diminished 7th chord. You know how to do all these inversions because they're the same shape. So you could find a way to learn all the inversions of A7 by finding the B flat in all of these and moving it down a half step. Yeah, Karthik, you get it, right? So that becomes that. The B flat in this case is on the D string, so you just move it. There's your A7. Yeah. The B flat is on the B string in this case, so you just move it down. And you go. B flat is on the G string in this case, so you just move it down, you know. So kind of a neat little hack to help learn your inversions. Did you ever do that?
So lowering, take a fully diminished seventh chord, lower any note of it, and you will come up with a different dominant seventh chord.
That is correct.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. It just dawned on me. Yeah, that's what you're talking about right there. Basically.
Yeah. Yes. Now, if you lower the same one, like if you lower the B flat wherever it is in one of these shapes, then you'll end up with an A7. So.
Yeah.
Yep. But if you lower another one, then it's going to be a different dominant chord. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There could be this one, or like let's take this B flat diminished. If I lower the root, it's A7. If I lower the note on the D string, now I'm playing an F sharp 7 or a G sharp, G flat 7. If I lower the note that's on the G string, then it becomes a C7.
C7, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then if I lower that one, it's an E flat 7.
E flat.
So there's some like jazz guys that like use that as permission to play any dominant lick a minor third away. They use the they call it's the diminished connection. Like let me see if I can. So we got A7. So we got A7, we have G flat 7, C7, and E flat 7, right? So that's all this. You can get that same information from the diminished scale, but it's interesting. It's going to sound like diminished scale. Like if I play, a lick, an A7 lick, like let's see. I'll just put that in the looper here. So here's a A7. It's pretty normal. So over C7, over E flat 7,
Sounds pretty hip.
Yeah, I mean, some people are really, really into that sound. They love playing that. It's like the diminished scale stuff. Like when it's on the dominant. Some people call it the dominant diminished scale, or that. But it's
Can you explain it a little bit more again? I'm trying to.
Yeah, I am so sorry. This is such a diversion. But yeah, so you like the sound of it, right? You like the sound of it?
Yeah, I love the sound of it.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're using this this phenomenon of raising the root on a dominant chord that turns it into this diminished, right? Diminished seventh chord. And we know that all the inversions have the same note in it, right? The same shape. What ends up happening is if I play an A7 lick, that's what I did. You guys, it makes sense. I'm just kind of playing a blues lick.
So you're erasing you're changing the root based on the diminished, so you have a new seventh voicing.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm playing A7 and then C7 and then E flat 7 and G flat 7 over that A7 lick that I did, and
that's cool.
Yeah, and it makes sense because you're turning it into something called a diminished scale or a half whole diminished scale. If you're thinking of the dominant, it's the half whole diminished. You know who's really into this? Like a blues player that uses this quite a bit is Robin Ford. Robin Ford uses this. Who else uses it? I mean, there's I've heard some bluegrass guys do it. There's a tune by Mark O'Connor, who's a fiddle player. But when he was a kid, he won this like flat picking guitar competition, and he recorded an album called Markology. I know, it's like sick how gifted those kids are. They just probably got whoopings all day and like, no, get back to the woodshed and keep practicing, you know. But anyway, he recorded this when he's 16. Something like this, and then there's a lick that's just a blatant half whole diminished scale. It's half step, whole step, half step, whole step, yeah. And I remember listening to that. I'm like, wait, what? I thought only jazz guys did that. It's like, no, bluegrass guys can do that too, you know. But yeah, bluegrass guys are basically jazz guys too. Just they have more fans. So anyway, did that explain it? So that being said, if you're doing a sound that you like over like that half whole diminished, you can play any of those dominant shell voicings. Those would work. Minor thirds away. Let's see. So say we do A7. So we really took a diversion, didn't we? From that flat 2 to 1, but A7. Is that looper too loud? Okay. So what if I do this? I'm going to do the A7 shell voicing. Okay. What if I do a dominant, like a minor third away? So instead of A7, I could try it on what would be C7. So I could play like this. Or how about E flat 7? G flat 7. So that's all, like, I feel it's like, I mean, do you guys like that sound? Here's what
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, like it.
Here's what I think it sounds like to me. You guys ever had Pop Rocks? You guys remember Pop Rocks? Candy? It's like giving Pop Rocks to kids for breakfast. I mean, they're so excited. It's like, awesome. Thanks, Dad. This is the best, right? But it's like you get a lot of like head turns. It's like really exciting. But it's not, in my opinion, as like nutritious, long-lasting nutrition. I think well, it's just my opinion, right? I love.
Oh, it's not. It's not. Yeah. What do you mean it's not?
What do you
What do
mean?
you mean?
Is it Thad's opinion too?
But is it different when you're improvising arpeggios to when you're maybe using it for comping with chords? Like, do you find one it's more nutritious than the other?
So here's why I think. Okay, it's an exciting sound, but it doesn't go anywhere. As in, it's like it's really cool. Like if you're doing a vamp on one sound, but if you stay there too long, it's like how can I say it? Like, I mean, you can use it as a tension chord to get back to one again. It's like a lot of tension, like a 2-5-1 in D, right? So if A is our 5 chord and our 1 chord is D, you know. So if I do that, let me do this here. So I mean, it's perfectly a valid sound, you know, like totally at home in jazz, where you like are exaggerating the tension, and then you go back home for the resolution. I think my personal favorite way of playing is kind of like the hypertonal, where you find something exciting to play that is like within the same tonality, like the way Chopin writes or the way Bach writes. So what I just did, you may like it, and I think it's a total awesome way to play. Yeah, my favorite is not that. Personally, the way to play, you know. What do you think?
So you prefer like an approach like chord tones? That's kind of what you mean, like something.
Well, no, those could be considered chord. What I did could be considered chord tones. It's not chord tones. It's just exaggerating the tension. So, all right, check this out. So, and Thad, you can back me up on this. This is a very orthodox way to play jazz. You play something normal on the 2 chord and something very out on the 5 chord, because there's your tension chord, and then you go back home for the 1 chord. So it's like you can do something. So I'm playing something out on the 5. You know, there's something totally normal on the 5, or you can borrow something from the half whole diminished. You know. And then, you know, or that's a half whole diminished lick, or you know.
As long as it's headed for a resolution, the listener is happy.
Totally. Yeah. And it's a very orthodox way to play jazz. Like that's a lot, you know, you play something, you know, you learn all this cool stuff to play over a 5 chord.
Yeah.
That's not how classical musicians write. They might pick something that still fits the 1 chord. Like, I don't know, say I'm in D. You can still think of all those together in one tonality, like, or maybe something like, I don't know. Or let's see. Here's another one. Yeah. So when you resolve, you don't necessarily have to undo the memory of the tension that you just played. It's a tonal way of playing as opposed to a vanilla, weird vanilla. It's more like something else for the whole way.
It'll overlap into each other.
Yeah. And I think there's like certain jazz players play like that. I feel like Julian Lage has that kind of hypertonal sensibility. And I've heard Kurt Rosenwinkel do kind of stuff like that too. Where he bleeds over the tension into the 1, where you can still believe the 1, even though he's in this like other interesting sound. It's just a different aesthetic, you know. But the half whole diminished, it is an exciting sound, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, so there's a what are you playing right now, Thad? You're just doing the
half whole diminished.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the big screen. Show everyone that lick.
Oh yeah, they really want to know this lick.
So you just went up the scale?
Yeah, that's all I did.
So, you guys want to know more, like half whole diminished shapes? Yeah.
They probably already know them.
Well, we haven't talked about them much in class because I didn't really consider them fundamental so much. But you could. Who all has the Voicing Modes book?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's take a look at that. It's these shapes are in the back of the book. If you go to let's see, I want to look at. I'm just gonna flip all the way to the back. Let's see, what is this one? Whole half. All right, if you go 2 pages further, okay, half whole diminished scale, various shapes. The printed number on the bottom of the page is 171. So page 171.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And if you look at just this one, what do you notice about the top 4 strings?
I just played them. So ask somebody.
Yeah, the D string and B string are the same, and the G string and E string are the same. So that's a little hack to help you remember. Now I have it written in D, I guess. Why did I do that? Yeah, I guess this is in D. Yeah, D half whole, right? But it doesn't matter. D half whole has the same notes as B half whole, has the same notes as G sharp half whole, has the same notes as F half whole. So
we've got two diminished scales. Period. Right.
yes. So
Three. Or it's three.
Yeah, three. Well, yeah.
Three.
So, well, if you think of whole half as a different scale, but yeah, you can move the root only. Once you move it twice, you've run out. So you've got three. Yeah, three half whole diminished scales. Because if you move it one more fret, you're basically playing the same notes as what you started. So yeah.
Same with the arpeggios too.
Right, and you can think of like this scale is made up of 8 notes. It's 2 diminished seventh arpeggios a half step apart. So if you look at what I've done here on this shape here,
I see.
I've got the white notes and the black notes. They make up different diminished arpeggios, different diminished seventh arpeggios. But yeah, just take a look at this. So so you can try it over let's see. What's written is starts at the half step on the B string. So everybody play this. Like, try this here. I always recognize it by, like, you can play a 13 flat 9. Works really well over a 13 flat 9. If you want to create a little loop for yourself, just to practice it. I'm going to do it here in A flat. So play a 13, or you can put the flat 9 on the top. That's a kind of cool voicing. Or you can put that flat 2 over there on the D string. Kind of spooky, isn't it? Say that again, Jeff.
If you run the scale, it sounds like the Crimea River lick.
Except for that one. The Crimea River lick has that note. Yeah, that's one of those things, like, it's both of those sounds are exotic. So if you give, like, the average food taster would not be able to tell the difference between black truffles and white truffles right off the bat. I kind of think of, like, these two sounds are like they're like unexplored territory for most people's ears. So but if you can really grasp the difference, like, it's a pretty powerful difference, like that natural 13. Yeah. I know lots of diminished licks. They're fancy. Here. No.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, that's straight up. That's this shape right here. So here's a good fingering. So start with the 1, 2, 4, slide 4. And then 1, 2, 4, slide 4. 1, 2, 4, slide 4. 1, 2, 4, slide 4. Compress. 1, 2, slide 4. 1, 2. And then coming down, you go 4, 3, 4-3-1-1, 4-3-1-1, compress, 4-3-1-1, 4-3-1-1, 4-3-1. And what's cool, like go back to this first shape here, where you got the half step and whole step on the B and G. You can make use out of that, and make use out of the B and D string, 1-3-4, and you can kind of like make little shapes, like I don't know. Look at this one. Something like this. Like you can go like a shape straight up like that. You see that one? You know?
Yeah.
You know, or maybe how about this one? This one, like a little like lightning bolt, you know? You can kind of make little little like interesting little symmetrical shapes, you know? And then do the same thing up a minor third. We used to, when I was a student at USC, there are these 4 buildings and the music quad, and there's a big planter right in the middle of them. Like, it's like, I don't know, like waist high. It was made of concrete, and the middle of it was filled with dirt and plants. And you could sit on it like a bench, and all the guitar majors would sit on it and just you hear plink 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 all the time, you know. You hear plink plink plink, and I just remember like between classes, we'd all about half a dozen of us would be sharing diminished licks. I'm like, hey, check out this one. Yeah, so like a lot of my diminished licks come from that time of my life, sitting in the Southern California sun. Yeah.
Yeah, you get them down that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, it becomes like hey, check this lick out. Hey, check this lick out. This is cool. Oh yeah, show me that. That was cool. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of diminished licks. And
do you have them in this book? I've just gotten both these books. And
oh man. So the licks, I don't have licks in there, but I have
but you got etudes.
I didn't write any diminished scale etudes. You can make them up on your own.
Sure.
But like, it's kind of like, well, if you look at here's how whole half diminished go. This is the voicing modes book. You can kind of see all these, all these different chords you can make out of the one, and the same, there's 4 of the same, right? So F, G sharp, and B. So it's got 3 different triads. There's a diminished triad, there's a minor triad, and a major triad. You can do a fully diminished 7th chord, or a 6th chord, or a dominant chord, dominant 7th with a 13 flat 9. Like there's a D7, D13 flat 9, or no, sorry, A flat. I'm playing A flat or G sharp. Yeah. 9, which would be this one. That's just going 1, sharp 2, 3, flat 7. Now 13, flat 9, you can do this. Sorry. What is it? So I've got plenty of like arpeggios that can work over these sounds, but I didn't write any etudes not in this book anyway. I did the hypertonal kind of stuff.
Well, think about it. If you're going to be playing a whole etude like a piece of music that's all a diminished scale, it's
Pop rocks for breakfast, baby. That's what it would be called. That's what my diminished tune would be called. It's pop rocks for breakfast. All my diminished licks, just all cram-packed in one tune. There's a really cool Schofield tune called Scophile. I think it's on a John Patitucci record. Let me see if I can find it. Scophile. I haven't heard it in years, but I was in an ensemble at school, and a guitar ensemble, and we played this tune, and I had this solo feature on it, and it was all just diminished sounds. Let me see if I can find it here. Scophile. Maybe with a PH. Scophile. Nope. It's not on. I can't find it. I'll look for it. But anyway, it has this. I can't even remember how it goes, but it's like this vamp that's like I don't know what I just making it up, but like imagine like or I'll do it in A flat. Like you do like something like this, like something like that. I messed up. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. have more ammunition by just playing those shell voicing. I like this one. Scott Henderson also plays a lot of like diminished scale stuff. Or he did, you know, in Tribal Tech. I don't know if he still does, but
all I can say is I ignored it for too many years. I'm glad to get back into this.
you know, I still like it sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
But this, it's like I said, I feel like it's cheating. I feel like it's just eating Pop Rocks for breakfast. It makes everyone's ears go like, oh, that's cool. And I feel like it's cheap applause. It's
well,
but anyway, I guess maybe we need some cheap applause, you know.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Ooh, Mama got to take off here. No, this was
All
great.
right.
I will dig deeper.
All right. Well, hey, so yeah, we do some diminished stuff and then see if we can do the whoa, what was that? Whoa. So diminished scale stuff, and then this one, yeah. See if you can do those
Shell.
the shell voicing things, and
those will keep me busy enough because those stretches are. I mean, I always thought I had good stretches, but man, those are kicking my butt. So.
right on. I mean, if you want to, we could do more diminished scale stuff because it's very spicy. It's very spicy.
I mean, if you do it. Do whatever your curriculum is. I will.
You know, it's funny. Like I'll come in here with a plan, some sort of a plan, and then like someone has a really great question. I'm like, oh yeah, we should totally talk about that, and it totally, completely, like it's a happy path somewhere else. So I think it was Fernando's question about the diminished. Like, hey, go over it a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
yeah. That led us down a good rabbit hole, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fernando.
Yeah. Or the.
I'm just trying to catch up to you guys.
Oh, wait a minute. I think, okay, so it's Karthik. Karthik had the question like, hey, is that shape like the diminished? Like, oh, you just move one note up. And then Jeff said, oh, Pat Martino talks about moving one note up. Like, oh, yeah, because this. And then Fernando was like, hey, can you talk about it a little bit more? I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, why does that work? It's like, oh, diminished scale stuff. Okay, yeah, that was the path. So
like, you know, the Murder on the Orient Express, everybody had a part to play in it.
That's right.
And I loved every minute of it. Thank you, everybody. So,
I'm going to go clean my dagger.
I'm going to clean my candle. No, that's the clue, right? It's wrong. All right. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Should
Monday.
be.
Yeah, I'll be here. You guys be here?
Yeah.
All
Try.
right.
Always try. Always try.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I'll have a good weekend, everybody.
You too, man.
See ya.
Yeah.